everybody, it's Draya with Dreaming of Diamonds. I'm going to apologize in advance. My husband is sleeping and there might be snoring in the background. I'm going to do some tag questions for you guys while I do some diamond painting. Alright. First question is, where did you grow up? I grew up in a town called Independence in Missouri. Next one is, where do you currently live? I currently live in Atchison, Kansas. Who is your best friend? I have a lot of people I consider best friends. My childhood best friend, her name is Katie. I've literally known her my entire life. But I have several others that have come into my life that I consider best friends, and you all know who you are. How tall are you? I am 5'4". Dogs or cats? I am a cat person. I don't mind dogs. I just would prefer not to own one. Too much work for me. I already have kids to take care of. I don't need a dog to take care of on top of it. Let me make sure you guys are actually seeing where I'm diamond painting. Okay. Funniest moment throughout high school. I don't really have any funny moments throughout high school. High school wasn't exactly fun for me. I got picked on a lot. I was overweight. So yeah, high school isn't... I don't really remember too many of those memories. I block those out a lot. So I really don't have an answer for that question. What year were you born? 1983. Are you in or have you gone to college? No, I have not. And no, I am not in college. What is your favorite drink? I have two. My main favorite drink is Red Bull and sweet tea. I love sweet tea. What is your spirit animal and why? I don't really have a spirit animal per se, but my animal that I would consider my companion that really is there for me is my cats. I'd miss them if they weren't here. They comfort me. I'm going to raise this camera up just a little so I can make sure you guys are seeing in frame. There we go. Okay. You're wearing perfume. What scent is it? I have a lot. Mainly it's different Victoria's Secret body sprays. I like the tropical coconut scents the best. You guys will have to excuse my voice. My throat's kind of sore tonight. Tea or coffee? Well, kind of answered that one. It's tea. I am definitely not a coffee drinker. I do not like coffee at all. I like the smell of it. Don't like the taste of it. Alrighty. Next one. What are your life goals? To be a good mom and wife, and just live each day to the fullest, because life's short, and you should never take any day for granted, because you never know. So yeah. What sports do you play or have you played? I'm not a big sports person. When I was younger, probably elementary school, I did play softball. We actually had an undefeated team. I'm sure it was not much help to that. But, yeah, we were undefeated. Couldn't tell you what the name of the team was. It's been too long. But that was pretty much the only sport, I ever played. I'm not a big sports person. Alright, next one. What is your favorite movie? That's hard, because I have a lot of favorite movies. The Crow. 10 Things I Hate About You. I like Adam Sandler movies. I like lots of horror movies. I don't know. I like a lot of movies, so that's really a hard choice there. Okay, next one is... Who are your favorite YouTubers? Man, I don't really want to name because I know I'm going to forget people. Let's just say I have a lot. I don't really want to go naming people because then I'm going to feel bad if I leave somebody out. Because my memory's not the best and I know I will. Let's just say there's a lot of you in the community that I watch and appreciate. Do you speak any languages and how well? I speak English. That's about it. Are you single or taken? I am married. Taken. Sorry, guys. Trying to stick to doing this 7-day challenge of uploading videos, so that means recording when people are sleeping, so it might be a little noisy in the background because my craft table is in my bedroom. What is your idea of a dream date? I don't really have a dream date. It's pretty much anything that, you know, you get alone time with the person you love, just doing something, just you and them, making memories. It doesn't have to cost a bunch of money or anything like that. How long was your longest relationship? 11 years. How would you describe your fashion sense? Anything that's comfortable. That's my fashion sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can dress up and all that, but with my health, I'd rather be in my PJs, honestly. What is your go-to hairstyle? Most of the time I straighten my hair. And if it's not straightened, it's in a ponytail. It's about the extent of it. How many siblings do you have? I have one. It's just me and my brother. That is it. Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way, though. We had a lot of good times growing up. Just me and him. Walking up to the store in the middle of the night to get pizzas, or go to Blockbuster Video and get movies. We had a lot of fun together. We picked on each other a lot. Well, I picked on him a lot. But I wouldn't trade him for the world. What is your go-to fast food order? Gosh, I don't Taco Bell. Even though I don't get to have it very often because my kids only want McDonald's, which gets really old really quick. Not a fan of McDonald's. And to be honest with you, other than their breakfast menu, when my kids move out, I will probably never eat McDonald's for lunch or dinner again. Because by the time they move out, I will have had enough of that to last me the rest of my life. I don't know, every time you eat it, it's like their food gets worse and worse. About every 1 out of 10 times you'll get good French fries that are fresh and not been sitting there for 5 hours. Or at least taste like they have been. Alright. Do you use a PC or Mac? PC. For the most part. What is your most memorable vacation memory? Probably all the trips we took when I was in Girl Scouts. They were a lot of fun. I took a big old van and drove. We've gone to Minnesota for the Great Mall. We went to St. Louis to the Arch. We went to Washington. Where else did we go? Well, we went to a bunch of places. It was a lot of fun. Alright. What are your morning and evening routines? In the morning, well, let's just say during the week, okay? In the morning during the week, I get up, get my kids going, get them off to school. And a lot of the time, I go to bed at that point because I've usually been up all night. Lately, that's kind of been how it goes. I don't sleep much at night. And then I crash all day. And then in the evening, if I'm feeling up to it, I'll cook dinner. You know, kids' baths, bedtime routines. If not, hubby steps in and helps and does dinner. Yeah. Well, you know, homework. You know, the mom life. And let's see, the only night, and I diamond paint in the evenings normally after my kids go to bed. And chat on the phone and all that. The only night that changes throughout the week is Thursday nights. That night, me and my husband turn our phones off, and that is the night we spend together watching movies or whatever we choose to do that night. And let's see what this next one is. Do you have any bad habits? Not so much anymore. I mean, I vape, but I don't consider that a bad habit because I smoked cigarettes for 24 years. So, I don't consider vaping a bad habit. It's a lot better for me than those cigarettes. I used to bite my nails. Haven't done that since I was like 20. I don't know. I don't think I have any bad habits other than maybe staying up all night. Yeah. I don't know. Shopping maybe? Let's see, next one. Tell us one thing about you that we wouldn't know. I haven't worked since 2012, and I've been fighting for disability for 8 years. And it's been a struggle, scraping by. It's been rough, and it's still rough. But yeah, that's one thing. I got 4 kids. One's 18, one's 15, one's 8, and one's 4. I wouldn't trade them for the world. What is your favorite Netflix show? Like, we'll say Netflix original, since they're wanting Netflix show. I would have to say The Ranch. Love that show. It's amazing. Amazing. I just finished watching the last one that they updated. I swear I'll binge watch those in like a day or two. I don't know though, because another good one that I just watched on Netflix is called AJ and the Queen. It's got RuPaul in it. It was actually really good. It was nothing like I expected it to be. Show us your song tabs on Spotify. I do not use Spotify, so can't do that one. What is the craziest thing you've ever done? The craziest thing I've ever done, huh? I have to think about that one for a second. Man, I guess when I was younger, I was kind of a not exactly follow the rules type of child. Kind of had some anger. I had a sheriff that was on site at the school that decided to put me in a chair and stand over me, yelling at me. And I told him several times to get out of my face, or I was going to kick him. Well, he didn't listen. And it just so happened that he was standing over me, kind of like his legs spread. Yep. I'll give you one guess on where I kicked him. I took a little trip down to juvenile hall where my mom picked me up later that day. But yeah, that sheriff wasn't too happy. I'm sure he went home and ice packed his family jewels that night. That might have been one of the crazier things I've done in my life. I'm sure it's not all, but it's one I can think of right off the top of my head. Describe your first crush. Man, I don't even know if I can remember my first crush. That's out there. I might be able to tell you like my first high school relationship. It was kind of funny. Basically, I got sent to alternative school, and I kind of always had my eye on this guy. And when I didn't go to school there anymore, I was hanging out with a friend of mine. And he was like, hey, we gotta stop by Walmart, and I gotta drop something off to a buddy of mine. I'm like, okay. So we showed up at Walmart, we started walking down the aisle, and lo and behold, there's the guy that I had been looking at for like 2 years. And I stopped and looked at my friend. I said, I'm going to the car. And he was like, what? I was like, dude, I can't. And he was like, just come on. And I'm like, oh my God. So I walked down the aisle, and everything was cool, except for me. Obviously, I was nervous as can be. And later, I don't know, it may have been a few weeks later, he ended up coming hanging out with us. And one day, I mean, we'd hung out quite a bit. And one day he was at my house with his girlfriend at the time. Well, we had went, I think, mudding or hiking in the woods, and we had got all muddy, all of us. And we had like 3 showers in our house, so he had went downstairs to take a shower. We hollered up, he's like, hey, grab me a towel. And his girlfriend didn't jump to do it. He needed a towel. So I like walked up to the door, closed my eyes, and like went to, hand the towel through the door with my eyes closed. He pulled me in there. Keep in mind, we're like probably 17 at this point, maybe 18. Well, he pulled me in there and started kissing me. And I'm like, dude, your girlfriend is upstairs. He's like, yeah, that's about over. And I'm like, okay, well, can you go in that before you try to kiss me? So apparently it took me literally, because he went up there and ended it right there with her in my house. I'm like, oh my gosh. Needless to say, it did not go over well with anybody. But me and him were together for 3 or 4 years. Quite a while. So yeah, that was interesting, needless to say. Okay. What theme parks have you been to? Worlds of Fun is very close to where I live. I've been there many, many times. It was actually my daycare growing up. We had season passes, me and my friend, and before my mom went to work, she'd drop us off there and pick us up when she got off. I've been to Six Flags in St. Louis. I've been to, I think that's it, maybe. Oh, I guess if you count Mall of America, because I mean, they do have an amusement park in there, so I guess that could be counted. Okay. What is your favorite genre of films and why? That's hard because I like a little bit of everything. I like horror movies. I like comedies. I like the chick flicks, romantic type, dramas. So I can't pick just one because I like a little bit of everything. Believe it or not, my husband's even gotten me watching westerns. They're not too bad. Some of them I could live without. Some of them I actually like. Okay. What was your dream job as a kid? When I was a kid, I wanted to work as an a nurse in the infant nursery, where babies are born, the nursery where they go. Yeah, that's where I wanted to work growing up. I was always babysitting and stuff growing up. I always had my cousins, and I was always good with kids. So that was my dream job. As I got a little older, I wanted to do cosmetology. None of which happened, but those were my dream jobs. Alright, what is your coffee order? I do not have a coffee order. My coffee order is Red Bull because that is what I drink. I do not drink coffee. Sorry, trying to find my symbols here. Are you guys still in camera? Okay. Kind of all over here. I got this whole strip open here. And trying to get caught up a little bit. I was going to work on something else for this, but since it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I didn't figure I'd pull out something else to work on. I won't get much done doing this anyway, because that's just me. I don't get a whole lot done when I'm either filming or going live. I get too wrapped up into talking. And darn it, I dropped my drill. Oh, there we go. Slide it into place. Alright. What is your favorite thing to order on Uber Eats? Where I live, you don't get Uber Eats. Your Uber Eats is you getting your butt in your car and going to get it yourself. We do not have Uber Eats. Shoot, I think we have one actual Uber out here. And I have never used them. Because there's really no point. If you get drunk in this town, you can walk home. So, and I don't really go to bars. I'm pretty much home all the time. And so yeah, no Uber Eats option in this town. It would be really nice if it did have it though. I'm telling you. There's a lot of times I'm like, ugh, I don't want pizza. And that's the only thing that delivers. They don't even have a Chinese delivery out here. It sucks. Love Chinese food. But I don't always want to go get it. You know? Especially if the weather's bad. But if you want it, you go get it in this town. That's how it goes. Alright. Have you moved from home? Where to? And how was your experience? Some of these must be for kids because I moved out of my house, mom and dad's house when I was 17 years old. So, obviously, yes, I've moved out of my parents' house. And at that point in my life, it was not a good experience. I ended up in a very abusive relationship. So, yeah, not a pleasant experience at all. Alright, next one is, have you ever failed at anything and what did you learn? You know, some of these are hard just to pull off the top of your head. Roommates. That is one thing that I have really kind of tried to square myself off from having, because anytime I have let a friend move in and try to help them out, it usually blows up in my face, or it ruins the friendship, or both. So that is one thing that I have failed at, is trying to have a roommate or have a friend live with me, because I don't know what it is, but it has just taught me that if you want to keep your friends, it's probably best not to live together, and if you do, not for very long. You know, just kind of a stepping stone to get going, but definitely put a time on it. And I hate to be that way, but it's like I've been through so much losing friends, and so I just guard myself and I try not to do that anymore. And it's really hard because I like to help people where I can, but if it's gonna cost my friendship with them, I'm not gonna do it. Because I value my friendships. Okay. Okay, next one is... How many countries have you traveled to? Hold on, I gotta take a drink. A drink and a vape. I hope everybody has been having a good week. My son's actually here visiting, my older son that was with his dad, and I've really missed him, so I'm glad he's down here visiting with us for the weekend. Okay, yeah, how many countries have you traveled to? Other than the United States, I have only been to one, and that was Mexico. And I absolutely loved it. I want to go back so bad, but yes, it's kind of rough, but I was pretty much on the resort the whole time. I only left the resort to go to the shopping strip, and we were taken by bus from the resort to the shopping strip. I think it was for 4 hours, and then we went shopping and then came back. But it was like a 5-star resort. There was like 13 restaurants and a nightclub and a million pools and all different kinds of things to do. So there was really no need to leave the resort because it was all inclusive. So it basically, everything was paid for. My drinks, my food. There was really no point in leaving and having to spend extra money. Rotate this camera a little bit so you guys can see where I'm working now. Alright. Who is your celebrity crush? I have a few, but I would definitely have to say the main one is Jax, Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy. And a couple others that I've liked, and technically they're not celebrities anymore, they have passed on, but that's Brandon Lee and Heath Ledger. Sorry guys, I really apologize for the snoring in the background, but there's nothing I can do about it. My husband has actually went for a sleep study this last week, so we're just waiting for his within the next week, and I'll be able to record at night because we won't have that. Sorry guys, I really apologize, but I wanted to get this video done, and with my son being here, I was not able to record during the day, and honestly on a weekend, it would have been way louder anyway, because my 2 young ones would have been up, and I guarantee you they're louder than Jay's snoring any day. Alright, do you have any pets? Show them to us. Okay, again, it's 3:20 in the morning, so I'm not going to go hunt down my sleeping kitties at the moment. They might get kind of irritated with me. But we have 3 cats. One is named Manson. I'm trying to talk louder than my husband's snoring because it's not working. We have one named Manson, one named Ozzy, and before I tell you this last one's name, most of you know that I had a friend that passed away, and he had a cat, and she was 13. She's 13 years old, so he's had her for a very long time, and this is just the type of sense of humor he had. This cat's name is Shithead. I'm not joking. I wish I was, and if she was a little bit younger, I'd probably change her name, but since she's already had so much change in her life already, I'm not going to change one more thing for her. She's already lost enough. I'm not going to make her lose her name too. So, her name remains Shithead. Yeah. But I wanted to take her, and I love her. She's a great addition to our home. I wouldn't trade her for nothing. Alright. What are your pet peeves? My biggest pet peeve in the world is being lied to. I cannot stand being lied to. There are a lot of things in this world I can put up with, but being lied to is not one of them. That's just not at all. And yeah, that's my main one. What do you do in your free time? I diamond paint, for the most part. That is my free time. Diamond painting. And lately I've kind of found a new interest too, and that is playing around with new makeup looks and stuff, new eye looks. It's kind of fun. So that's a newer hobby, but 90% of the time on my free time I'm diamond painting. Alright, next one is, do you have any weird quirks? Not really. I don't know, I kind of keep to myself. Not that I can think of at the top of my head. I could be wrong. Other people might have a different answer to that about me. But it's kind of hard to think about that stuff about yourself. So, not off the top of my head. Tormenting my kids. Teasing them. Especially the teenagers. But other than that, I don't think that's really weird. That's probably pretty normal. Alright, what is your favorite color? My favorite color is purple. Purple and black, actually. And jeez, he's getting louder and louder as this video goes. I'm so sorry, guys, because it's driving me crazy. I know it's driving you crazy. I really apologize. And if it wasn't for the fact that I really want to do the 7-day challenge, I would have waited to record this video. So you guys are just gonna deal with it. I apologize. Alright. Do you know your personality type? What is it? I would think I'm very easygoing for the most part. It takes quite a bit to get me mad, so I would think I'm pretty laid back and easygoing. I can pretty much adapt to any situation for the most part. So yeah. At least that's how I view myself. Have you been to any concerts or festivals? Which were the most memorable? Oh man. I have been to a ton of concerts. Like, I have a shoebox full of tickets. My most memorable would be Ozfest and Rockfest. I went to Rockfest for probably 17 years in a row. The last 2 years I have not got to go because they haven't been having it. And it really upsets me because that was the one thing that me and my friends and my brother, we did every single year, and it really stinks that it's not available for us to do anymore. Another memorable one was one year me and my brother drove to Ohio and went to the Gathering of the Juggalos back in 2005. I'm very sure many of you do not know what that is, and that's okay. But it was a lot of fun for us. Alright, next one. Oh my goodness, guys, I am so sorry. Should I throw something at him? Alright, what are your favorite values in your friends? Their kindness, and they're willing to be there and listen to my problems and listen to me vent without judgment. And you know, sometimes that's what you need. It's just somebody to listen, just to, so you can get it out, you know? And I'm lucky that my friends are there for me for that, and I don't know what I'd do without them. Okay. I wish there was I could record and block his noise. I'm so sorry. Okay. What is one thing you wished people knew about you? Alright guys, well I guess we got cut off a little bit there, so let me pick up where we left off. We just talked about the celebrity crush. Okay, do you have any pets? Show them to us. I have 3 cats, but it is 3 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it's 3:48 in the morning right now. So I am not going to get them and show them to you because they're probably sleeping. But yes, we have 3 cats. One is Manson, one is Ozzy, and one is... Okay, let me tell this story again since I got cut off. Many of you know that I have a friend that passed away not too long ago. And we took his kitty. Well, his kitty is 13 years old. And she has already been through enough changes. You know, with losing, you know, what she knew as her dad. And losing, or I think they moved at least, yeah, once, and then she moved here again. And I'm not going to change her name. Maybe if she was a little bit younger I would, but not with her going through so many changes. I'm not going to give her another change to go through. But her name is Shithead. And we love her very much. So yes, that is our 3rd kitty. What are your pet peeves? My biggest pet peeve is being lied to. I do not like being lied to. My children know this. That is the #1 pet peeve that I have, is do not lie to me. It will not go well for anybody involved. Alright, next one is, what do you do in your free time? I pretty much diamond paint. Sometimes, or I've found a new love, which is like learning to do new eye looks with eyeshadow and stuff like that. So I play around with my makeup sometimes, but for the most part, I diamond paint. That is one thing I enjoy very much doing, so that is what I spend most of my extra time doing. Do you have any weird quirks? Not really, not that I know of. I guess other people may say different things, but not really, not in my opinion, but I don't know. What is your favorite color? My favorite color is purple. Purple and black. I love purple and black equally. I know, sounds crazy, huh? And I've kind of grown to love teal, too. So, yeah, I've got a few different favorite colors there that but my die-hard favorite color is purple. Alright, next one. Do you have any siblings? Yeah, I answered that earlier. I don't know why that's in here twice. Alright. Do you know your personality type? What is it? In my opinion, I would say my personality type is pretty laid back. Laid back. I can pretty much adapt to any situation. You know? Pretty easygoing for the most part. Alright. Have you been to any concerts or festivals? Which were the most memorable? I have been to a ton of concerts. I have a shoebox full of concert tickets, and they're not even all there. Some of them got lost. But my most memorable ones are the 16 years in a row that I went to Rockfest. That was the one thing me and my family, like my brother, and my close friends always did together. And for the last 2 years, they haven't had it here in Kansas City, and it's kind of sad because I miss it. Another one is Ozfest. I went to that, I think 3 or 4 years in a row. And then in 2005, me and my brother drove to Ohio and went to a festival called the Gathering of the Juggalos. Do not expect most of you to know what that is. But it was basically a 4-day-long festival. It was a lot of fun. I wouldn't have traded it for nothing. Me and my brother got to take a road trip together, and we got to spend some quality time together. Time to move this camera again. Alright. Okay. Let's see if I got any more here. Yep. What are your favorite values in your friends? Just their kind heart, their willingness to listen to me when I have a problem or just need somebody to talk to vent to. You know, the fact that they'll just listen and not judge me. Yeah. What are your social media that you're addicted to? Now, probably YouTube. But, I don't know. I could live without all of them. Other than the fact that I'd miss talking to the people I've met through YouTube and diamond painting. How do you get along with your family? The ones that live in this house, pretty good. Me and my family get along good as long as it's small doses. What has been the biggest struggle you've overcame? Stuff that's happened in my past. And I'm still working on that. What are you happiest with in your life? Same thing, how far I've come, how much I've grown from the stuff that I've lived through in my past. I think we're at the end of them now. Yep, we are. After my camera cut off and I had to redo some of them. I'm gonna have to get a bigger memory card, I think, because if I'm gonna do whipping chats that are even an hour long, I'm definitely gonna have to get a bigger memory card, or this just isn't gonna work out. Well, with it being so late, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and I will chat with all you guys later. Bye, everybody.